You know, it's kind of empty over there. Yeah, I think this might take a while. And so while we're waiting for that, what can we talk about? Maybe Mario Kart Wii, it's been a while for that one. Whoa! I mean, it's pretty cool, but what?
The Nintendo DS. It's been a while, old friend. You can find everything on here. Single-player games, multiplayer games, shooting games, gambling, cooking. But also in that list is racing. Mario Kart DS is the first that comes to mind. Sorry, buddy, maybe next time. Mario Kart DS. Or the DS.
Ow!
So going to the beginning of everything, I didn't really have much of a Mario Kart handheld experience for the longest time. Super Circuit was the main game I played up until I was like 10 or so. It wasn't really anything too interesting. It was a mix of Super Mario Kart and 64 on the go. But when I saw one of my family members have Mario Kart DS, it looked really cool. 3D graphics, refined gameplay, all on the DS. This is awesome. I've seen good games on here, but this game tops it. I wouldn't expect anything like this to be on here. I mean, this is the same handheld as that. So I have had Mario Kart DS in my collection for a long while, so let's see what it's about. Oh, I'm ready. Mario Kart DS down to the core is a Mario Kart game with the usual 4 cups and 4 tracks for each cup. Oh, if you've seen a Mario Kart game nowadays, then you would definitely know of the retro courses. Courses from older games brought to the newer games, reimagined for that specific game. Mario Kart DS, believe it or not, is the first game to ever do this. You don't count. So for the racers we have to start with is Mario, Luigi, Peach, Donkey Kong, Bowser, Toad, Yoshi, and Wario, with 3 unlockable players and 1 brain teaser.
He's a freaking toy!
We have a total of 8 cups with the tracks consisting of Figure 8 Circuit, Yoshi Falls, Cheep Cheep Beach, Luigi's Mansion, Desert Hills, Delfino Square, the best Mario Kart track of all time, Shroom Ridge, DK Pass, TikTok Clock, Mario Circuit, Airship Fortress, Wario Stadium, Peach Gardens, and the 2 obvious courses. And the retro courses are 4 courses from Super Mario Kart 64, Super Circuit, and Double Dash. It's weird to think that with this being the first game to have retro courses, they had it all neat and laid out, sorted. But now, along with standard racing, we of course have the battle mode, and for the first and only time, we have missions, a single player mode. It never showed up again. I think it would have been cool to see missions come back in a future Mario Kart game. They planned on including them in Mario Kart Wii, but scrapped this idea for some reason. So this is the only way we can get missions for a Mario Kart game. But enough waiting, let's finally play the game. So the controls feel really good, smooth as butter. We are familiar with how to play Mario Kart, so I can just skip the basics, but I can go to drifting now. This one's different because it's really broken, but in a good way. Dude, stop fighting me. The way that drifting was implemented in this game would let you perform a move called snaking, which would be able to be drifting in a straight path if you wanted to. This is really hard to master. I can somewhat do it, but not exactly. But remember what I said about Mario Kart Double Dash? Drifting is kind of broken in the game as well. Yeah, bring this to the extreme here. The computer players are broken. Actually playing this game is hard. Sometimes it seems okay, but quite a bit of times they just start going crazy. Rubber banding. A core part of any racer game that if you get in front of the racers, they start speeding up to get in front of you, or if you get behind them, they slow down for you to catch back up. It sports a good challenge, but it's not anything you would expect. If I thought rubber banding was bad in Double Dash, or even Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart Wii, well, I thought wrong. Even when at one point I would use a boost, they started going.
Oh, you want to get crazy? Well, I'll get crazy.
Sure, the balance is all over the place, but I think it evens it out to make it a good experience. For Mario Kart Double Dash, they went back to the one racer, but they kept with different choices for the karts. You have unique karts for each character with a standard one as well, with some unlockables too. And certain racers can use other characters' karts as well. Choosing a perfect balance, though, is difficult for me. Changing between different karts, characters, replaying as some of those to see differences. Really, the ones I would go with would be Mario with a standard kart or Luigi with a poltergeist kart. And one of the most unique gameplay elements that you would only get on a DS system is the map. Wrong screen. Yeah, the bottom screen acts as the map for the game, and it kinda lets you cheat by showing you other players' items. You have it zoomed in by default, but you're one tap away from— Whoa,
that's advanced!
And adding to the race, you can make it completely unique by adding your own emblem into the game. Sure, you won't be able to see most of the race, but it's there. And then we know battle mode, so I don't think I have to talk about this one. But the mission mode is one of the main attractions to Mario Kart DS. There are 63 missions in total, and they're fine. Yes, even though it's really cool to see these here, I don't really go to the missions. It's not because they reuse the bosses from Super Mario 64 DS. It's not because it's just me and that's it. I don't really mess with those. I'm just not really a fan of it. It's just like a task list of things to do. But this time I decided to see what it's like. These feel like do this task, do that task. It gets cool when you fight the bosses, but that's really it. And okay, so we got through all what the gameplay can offer us. So what about the soundtrack? This is some good stuff here. Just hearing the title screen alone, I was bopping my head to the beat. That's how good it is. And yeah, sure, the songs are bit crushed to fit on the cartridge, but it also adds to the uniqueness of the game too.
And yeah, Mario Kart DS was super fun. Sure, it made me scream at the top of my lungs at times. I really want to play something. I mean, it's getting close to Christmas time. It would be fine. It won't hit me till like tomorrow or something.